What's up, you guys? Eugene, Verdant Growth here, and I wanted to take a minute to introduce you guys to my backyard. It's still brand new, so not much has been done to it yet. And I planned to kind of work on it for a while, so I was hoping that maybe I could kind of document it. As you can see, it's a lot of dead grass. And the coolest part about it to me is that if you get all the way to the top of this hill, there is a big mountain range. We live right on the edge of a valley. And so back behind my house, there's a fence. And if you're able to hop that fence, you can get into a cool little forest. So let's check it out. Here we go. First you gotta climb this, which is a bit of a pain. Ooh, watch out. Watch out for the sensitive parts. Watch out for the sensitive parts. It's super spiky. Check it out. Now, what I'm thinking is that at some point, I would love to reforest all of this. There are some areas, if you go further down that way, that are all green. But you can tell the area behind my backyard is pretty brown. It's pretty yellow. Everything's pretty dead back here. So I think I'm gonna see if I can maybe get a little bit of irrigation going back here, just natural stuff. I don't want to run any pipes and any of that kind of stuff. Now there's this cool koa tree that is just barely hanging in there. The tops, you can tell, are still green, so it's still sprouting leaves, it's still alive. But when you look around down here, it's all pretty well covered with moss and some kind of fungus here. And it's all pretty dry and brittle. If you touch it, it pretty much just falls right apart. It's all pretty brittle. You can tell that someone used to have a tree house out here. You can see a bunch of pieces of wood. Look at that. You can see some boards that have been nailed to the tree. Who knows how long ago this was. Old can of some kind. Sparkling grape soda, Cragmont. No idea, never even heard of it. I found a lot of plastic spoons and forks and things back here that I already picked up. You guys can see. It's mostly all dry and dead. So what I'm thinking is I gotta get back here and maybe like dig some holes along here so that it can trap water that's coming down the hills, because the water comes down the hills and just goes all the way straight down. But if I could make some natural little catchments in here, just dig some nice holes where the water could catch and grow in there, maybe get some of the greenery going here. It'd be really cool. Come on, let's keep going up. Ever since I moved into this house, I've been super excited about this whole back area because it's just this whole cool little dry forest kind of area. And I'm thinking it would be really, really cool if we could reforest it and bring it all back to being green again without using all like the pesticides and without using irrigation like from pipes and that kind of stuff. But check it out. Woo! Wouldn't it be cool if I could turn this all into a big forest? Gonna have to do a lot of research. I have no idea how to do it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Aforest. Aforest is a group in India that they use the Miyawaki method to reforest areas that are all dry and dead like this. So I'm thinking if they can do it, why can't I? I'll have to learn some different methods and I'll have to learn about the native plants and things. You guys can see some of these trees back here. What you see up there that has the green leaves up there, this is all koa. So this stuff is really, really prized for its wood. This is the stuff that when it gets big enough, they use it to make furniture and all kinds of other things in Hawaiian culture, but they also just use it for barbecue. Like this wood, it burns really long and it's not toxic, so you can use it in barbecue. Then if you kind of look around here, there's another one. Let's see if we can find one of the other guys. Because there are koa trees, which grow really, really big and huge, like those guys over there. But there are also what they call haole koa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it means foreign koa. So it kind of looks like a koa tree, and that's actually what this is right here. It looks really, really similar. Like the koa trees even have little beans on them like this that grow on them like that. They say that these are actually edible, these haole koa ones. People actually eat these. native people would use them to make pillows and things. You could put them inside a cloth and stuff like that. But I did hear that recently they discovered that if you eat too many of them, they contribute to hair loss. So maybe no eating of those for me. They are super invasive though, and they just keep growing and they just take over the entire area. So if you look, you can see a lot of it here. Basically right now, anywhere you see these brown beans, there's another one right there. The whole hill is just covered with them because they're super, super invasive. They grow up real fast in super dry conditions like this. See all that out there? That's all it right there. So I would probably need to get rid of some of that, which I've had to do in my own backyard too. Check it out. I just found a little remains of a cactus here. It's all mostly dried out. You can tell this part's still alive right there. It's still got some green to it. It's still soft. Everything up here is just so dry and dead. If you guys ever listen to my podcast, I remember that Jill Wagner once told me that all of Hawaii was at some point forest. So maybe this whole area was forest at some point, but it certainly doesn't look it now. It's all pretty dry. That's cool. I think that might actually be real koa. I think real koa has beans more like this. I think that actually might be a real koa tree, but it's not looking too healthy at this point. Only got a little bit of green on it. See if we can't help him out. This is gonna be kind of a cool new project for me, and you know what? I'm just gonna start documenting it. Anytime I come out here and start working out here, I'm gonna make videos about it just to show you guys what I'm doing. And maybe someday, maybe eventually, we'll get it to the point where I've got a nice little mini forest going here. So yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, tune in, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Follow me on an adventure here to reforest this little tiny piece of Hawaii. Mahalo.